This podcast is being recorded and produced on Gadigal land.
We pay our respects to the traditional custodians of this country and elders past, present.
We extend our respect to any First Nations, Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people joining us today.
Always was, always will be Aboriginal land.
I'm Brittney Saunders.
And I'm alright, hey, and this is High Scrollers, the podcast version of your favourite group chat.
If it's trending, going viral, or has you gripped, we're talking about it.
Coming up on this episode, it's a wild one for you today. Big show today, darling. What do we talk about, Brittney?
Fuck off! Put it on to me. Okay, let's just keep this thing rolling. One of my favourite reality TV shows has just come out with a new season. I've watched it, I've finished it, and I've got a lot of fucking questions.
And I try and answer them for you. Plus, what on earth has happened to Surface Paradise, doll? I don't know how we got there. We go on so many tangents in this episode, but if you live in Surface Paradise, I got a bone to pick with you, doll.
And I have seen one of the best Reddit threads ever, and from it, I've got a couple of conspiracy theories.
Yeah, the shoe is on the other foot in this episode, and we go on so many tangents thanks to that bloody Reddit thread, so stick around for that. Deal me in, doll. Let's go.
Hello, my friend.
Hi, doll. How are you?
I'm great. More importantly, how are you? You have wrapped up your live shows.
I'm exhausted. I'm running on 2 hours sleep.
What time did you actually go to bed late last night?
About 4:30.
Matt!
Yeah. Oh, my sleeping pattern has just had to be back to front because my shows were so late. They're at 9:30 most of them.
9:30 p.m. What a fucking stitch up.
I know. Well, I'll tell you why. You want to know the behind the scenes tea of the festival and things like that, because I just did 5 shows at Sydney Comedy Festival. And the reason we do a festival is because it's heaps cheaper to do that as an artist.
Yeah.
Because, you know, the festival, for example, I was at the Factory Theatre. The Factory Theatre has maybe, let's say, 6 theatres in the Factory Theatre. There's all different sized rooms. And I was in the second biggest room, and there's 2 people before me every night, and there's also 3 people in every other room every other night. And so the whole point is that instead of, you know, if I just wanted to do a show at the Factory Theatre just off the cuff, I would have to pay a lot more money than I would if I just joined the festival when they're running so many events at the same time. So then, because I really don't have a presence in the comedy world, but also have a huge social media presence, they basically were like, we know you're going to sell tickets, so we'll put you at 9:30 because no matter what time you are, people will come. Whereas people who are, you know, big in the comedy scene, they'll have a more 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock time slot because it's just a respect thing, I guess.
So the influencer gets put at the end of the list.
So I get put in the, like, in quotations, shitty, you know, time. But I don't find it shit. I think 9:30 is quite good. Everyone's quite ready, alive, like,
that's
let's
your
go.
Like 7 p.m. No, that's like your 4 p.m.
Yeah, literally. Oh, that's breakfast for me, Joel.
I will say it was good that we went out for dinner and then, like, finished dinner, then we went and had ice cream and then came to your show. Whereas I feel like if it was at 7 o'clock, like, it would be better, but then you're going to do, like, a really early dinner, or you don't want to go out for dinner after it. So it's good if you want to do dinner and then a show that starts at 9:30, I will say.
Yeah.
But on a weeknight at 9:30...
Yeah, I know, it's tough.
But worth it.
It's worth it. Yeah, did you like it? What'd you think?
I absolutely loved it. And I've got a few things to say.
Oh, here we go.
Okay. So my first one is a question.
Okay.
Why, I don't know if it's intentional or not, but when you promote your shows, like, you obviously promote them as a live show, why do you not say that it's stand-up comedy?
So 2 reasons. I don't think I am a stand-up comedian. Like, I don't think that's my thing.
Right.
I think stand-up comedians are way better at what they do than I am.
Well, I, in my opinion, think you are doing yourself a disservice by not including the fact that it's a stand-up comedy show.
Really?
Because I think it is a stand-up comedy show.
Yeah.
And you're way better at it than you think. And I think if people have followed you online, like, obviously everyone knows you're funny, like, that's a given, but in your shows it's a different kind of funny. It's that very well thought out comedian type of funny, like, with all your scripted jokes and everything, but it all comes out so well. So just my opinion is, like, you can promote it however you want, obviously, but I think it would be good for you to put somewhere in your branding and everything that it is a stand-up comedy show, because that's exactly what it is. And I think if people didn't know that, like they will be surprised when they come and see it. They're
Yeah, I
like,
guess
fuck,
so.
this is fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
Because when you're saying it's your live show, like what kind of live show is it? Like, is it you just saying, hey everyone, my name's Matt? Like, because that's not what it is at all.
Well,
Like,
I usually say comedy shows.
yeah.
I don't say stand-up comedy though, but I usually
Just
say
comedy
comedy shows.
Yeah, because it is, like, for anyone who is going to come to Matt's national tour, it is a fucking hilarious comedy show.
Yeah, it's gotten rave reviews. Like, I'm really happy with the response and 3 complaints. So it's really good. Like, I mean, everyone's entitled to their own opinion. Some people are very upset about what I talk about in the show. Some things, I'm not going to spoil it for anyone who's going to come see it around the country.
No, we don't want to give away anything.
But,
But you did go very rogue. Like, I came and saw your last one 2 years ago.
Oh, that was very safe. Yeah.
It was, yeah. You've stepped it up a level or 3.
Yeah.
But I loved it. But
Yeah.
I don't want to give anything away.
I leave no stone unturned in this show. It is my memoir. Memoirs are a very vulnerable piece of work. So it's a very raw, it's very real. We talk about a lot of issues. It's very politically incorrect. And that's what I think, we need at the moment. People just want to come out and have a laugh and laugh at everything. And there is like an underlying message, and there's a few underlying messages of the show actually. And so even though I talk about some and joke about some really, serious things that most people, if I said that stuff on the internet, people wouldn't be happy. But in the sense of a comedy show, I think it's okay to do that because people just want to have... I noticed this time around, because last time I did the shows was just after the pandemic. People were just hungry to be outside, so they were just like ready to see anything. But these days, I think there's just so much going on in the world and so much, happening all the time. And everyone's just so angry about everything that I think people are just ready to come out and be like, no, actually, we want to laugh at all that stupid stuff. Mm-hmm. So anyway, national tour is on sale right now around the country. I'm coming to Brisbane,
tickets.
Sydney, Melbourne, Adelaide, Perth. All the details on my Instagram, and tickets are on sale right now. So I can't wait to see you all there, scrollers. But anyway, that's my week. What have you been doing, doll?
Well, I've been doing something in the last week that's pissing myself off.
Okay.
Yeah. So I set an alarm every morning.
Mm-hmm.
But I never wake up to it. Like, I'll always naturally wake up before my alarm, but I always just set one just in case for whatever reason. And I've developed this habit. Now, I don't know about you, Matt. You have a different sleeping pattern than a lot of other people I know.
Hey, I'm going to fix it now that the shows are over.
Okay, good.
Now that the shows are over, I'll be up again, before with everyone else, but because it was going well.
So I've always had a rule in life. I don't snooze. Like,
oh, okay.
These days I don't wake up to my alarm anyway. I'll always wake up before it. But if for some reason I was sleeping and waking up to an alarm, my rule is don't snooze because I think when you start hitting that snooze button, and you fall back asleep for that 5 minutes or 10 minutes or however long it is, I reckon that's when you get fucked up and it ruins you for the day. Like,
Okay.
I think that waking up, falling back asleep 5 minutes, you've fucked yourself for the day. Like,
Okay.
you're 10 times more tired.
Wow.
That's my recommendation for everyone. So what I do is, if I'm waking up to that alarm, get up straight away. Like, don't even fall back asleep or anything. Anyway, my new habit that I've developed is, like, just say, for example, if you've got an alarm set for 7 a.m, like, I know this is not realistic for me to ask you, Matt.
No, but it's funny because I'm the opposite. Like, I'm the person who is snoozing, but
Don't.
also I've got, if I need to be up for 8 a.m, like I've got 7, 7:10, 7:25, 7:30, 7:33, 7:40, 7:47.
Matt, get up on the first one.
Then all the snoozes as well. And then
No.
and then at 8 o'clock, I'm ready to go.
Oh my God. Okay, no, if that is you, try. Get the fuck up on that first alarm. Like, sit up and get out of bed. Trust me, you'll feel, like, even though you feel really tired in that moment, like 5 minutes later, you feel full of energy. Anyway, what I've been doing lately is I've been waking up way before I'm supposed to get up. But if it's within a 2-hour window of when I was going to wake up, I can't fall back asleep.
Oh.
So, for example, this morning...
Can't relate.
No, but I don't know why I'm doing this. I don't know if it's just a me thing or if anyone else does this. So, you know, sometimes you'll wake up and you'll be like, oh, I've got extra half an hour, and, like, you'd go back to sleep.
Yeah.
My window has, like, moved, and now if it's 2 hours before I'm waking up, I just can't. Like, I try and then I know that I've got to get up. So, for example, this morning I had my alarm set for 7 just in case, but usually I'll naturally wake up at 6 something. And then this morning, open my eyes, 5 a.m. And I'm like, fuck, I've still got like really 2 hours that I can be in bed. Try to go back to sleep. I can't. So I've been up since 5 for no fucking reason, and I absolutely hate it. And I've been doing it a lot lately. But is that just my body telling me I've had enough sleep?
I think it's the cash grabber in you going, well, I'm awake, I better make some money. Can't go back to sleep now, Joel.
I need to know. Whereas like AJ is the opposite to me. Like, I'll wake him up in the morning 6 times and he'll go back to sleep like all those times. Whereas if I'm up, even if I've still got like 2 hours, I'll just fucking get up, and I actually hate it. Like, I want to be able to fall back asleep.
You know what I find weird is, I don't know if this happens for you, but like Sky gets up considerably earlier than me. Sometimes he's up at 6 a.m. for work, and like my body and my brain has adjusted to not wake up to his alarm.
Wow, yeah. I think that's a thing.
How good is that? But we
Yeah.
have the same alarm. So it's not like my brain's hearing a different
No,
sound.
but your body knows to not wake
Yeah.
up to his. I think there would be a lot of couples that do have opposite sleep schedules. Like, you just learn to not wake up to it like over time. I would say that when I was like just influencing and stuff, and AJ was getting up to go to his electrician job, it'd be the same. Like, I'd sometimes not hear him get up at all.
Yeah.
Isn't that weird?
Remember when you live in Sydney and your sleeping pattern was wake up at 1 p.m. or
Oh,
something?
yeah. I used to be like you.
Yeah. I'm not like that anymore. Not really. You know, I wake up at the crack of dawn these days. I'm up by 11:30.
Admittedly, I used to not be able to get out of bed before 11. The thought of getting up by like 9 was fucking so early.
But also, don't forget, like, I know that sounds ridiculous, but back in the day when I really had that sleeping pattern, I was filming my YouTube videos and doing the work at 3 a.m.
I know.
It's
I
not
would
like we just
put
sleep
my makeup
all
on
day.
at midnight and start filming my videos. For what fucking reason? I had all day,
makeup
but
on at
I choose to film then. Fucking hell, those were the days.
Gosh.
All right, well, let's get on to our royal flush of the week.
Best thing we've seen on the internet this week, if you
Yes.
don't know, but you should know.
Mine is, it's like a little one, but I've actually got some questions.
Okay.
So the newest season of The Circle
Oh, yeah.
is out and finished. Like, all the episodes are out kind of thing. And I've watched it in the last week. And very much like Married at First Sight, it's one of those shows, and Love is Blind. I feel like Married at First Sight, Love is Blind, and The Circle are my 3 shows that I'll like guilt watch.
Because in
or-
all of them, they just don't know who the other person is. Like, what are we trying to say here?
And for those of you that have never watched The Circle, it's like a reality TV show kind of thing. They get all these random contestants and put them into the circle. They're essentially in these apartments, which I don't think they are. I think it's a set, but who knows anyway. They get their own little apartments, and then they are like in a room in their apartment. There's TV screens all around, and they're playing a virtual social media game kind of thing where they're only chatting to the other players. They don't know anything really about each other. They can either play as themselves or they can play as a catfish. So you can go in and have someone else's profile. And it's basically like a battle of who's the most popular. It's all about strategy, and at the end someone wins. Like, they all eliminate each other, and then at the end, like, the final 4 or 5 or whatever are revealed to each other in person. So that recent season has just come out, and I finished the whole thing, and I really like it. It's really cheesy. Again, much like Love is Blind, I could never see like Australians playing The Circle in the same kind of way that they do. But I just have so many questions, and I wish that we could like have someone on here, even though we're not a reality show podcast.
From The Circle.
Yeah, because I've got so many questions. And for those of you that watch The Circle, I want to know, do you think these things as well? And
Well,
Matt, you've watched it before, right?
I have watched it, and let's pretend I've been on it. Ask me the questions and I'll answer them for you.
Okay. Firstly, they're obviously prompted to use all the hashtags at the end of every sentence, right? Because who the fuck actually talks like that in real life?
Yeah. Because they'll send a message and say, like,
Hashtag Circle Gang for life.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why the fuck are you talking like that? The hashtags are wild.
No one talks like that.
No one talks like that. Not even on social media. So why are they putting a hashtag that's so long and specific at the end of every sentence?
Maybe they are forced to do that.
I reckon they are.
But that'd be a deal breaker for me. I couldn't do the show if I'd be forced to use those stupid hashtags.
Secondly, are the only conversations they are having the ones that we see? Because it's very limited. Like there's the group chats and then they'll have a quick one-on-one with like 2 people. Is that all they're talking in an entire day?
No, I think they'd talk to, but they only use the most interesting ones or ones that are going to feed the story and feed the narrative. Like they'd be talking with other people, but if they're boring or it doesn't go anywhere, there's no need for them to put it in the show. It's like Big Brother. They have all these conversations that no one sees. I'm sure they're having other conversations.
Because if it's only the conversations we're seeing, like that would be so fucking boring. What are they doing for the rest of the day?
Yeah, my thing is, because I haven't watched The Circle since season 1. It's the only one I've watched. But is there, correct me if I'm wrong, but are there times where like they'll be reading a book on the lounge and then they'll go, oh, I've got a message, and shut the book?
Yeah.
So like I'm feeling like that's what they're doing all day, because I'm assuming they're not allowed their phone. I've seen people, they're making toast and stuff.
That's like, my other question is, are they really in that apartment all day long for however many weeks it is with no phone?
I reckon. Yeah, for sure.
That would be boring as fuck.
I know, but imagine, like, what's the prize?
$100,000.
But I'd get rid of my phone for $100,000 for a couple of weeks, love. Lock me in an apartment and give me $100,000 for no phone. Sign me the fuck up. I'm ready.
My next question is, so it pans over this apartment block and they make you think that that's where they are, but I don't think they are.
Yeah, I have thought the same thing as you.
I think they pan over that apartment block and then you see them all in their apartments, but I don't believe that. I think it's a set in like a warehouse or something, because it always makes me think, if they're in those apartments, all other normal people living in all those apartments too? And then the hallway, when they go to meet the other person, it's like all blue with lights, like as if that's what the apartment fucking hallway is like.
Yeah, true.
And then the other thing I think is, when they like get up and like jump or scream, can they not hear the person next to them if they're in those apartments?
Yeah.
Like I don't think they're in those apartments. I think it's a lie.
But also, I mean, this is all just the trickery of camera work, isn't it? Like they could be walking down the hallway with the blue lights, but they could all film that scene on day one.
Yes, on a set.
Or whatever. And then like when they go to the other person's door, that could be 3 floors down.
Yeah. But see, then I do think maybe it is in an apartment, because then there's scenes where they book the jacuzzi on the roof and then they're by themselves, because they must have to book it one person at a time. But then now it makes me think, if it is an apartment block, then does everyone that normally lives in that apartment block not have access to that roof?
Yeah.
Oh, so many fucking questions.
So true. So true. Great, now you got me worried about it and I don't even watch the bloody show.
Yeah, so many questions. But it's a good show, one of those easy watches. It's really fucking lame. And I'd love to see it be in Australia, because I think it would be so different.
Yeah.
Like the chats that they have, like, hey, Matt, how are you? So glad you're on the circle. I agree. I'm getting weird vibes. What's your vibe? Hashtag let's stick together.
like if it was
as if Australians would fucking talk like that.
Do you reckon Sarah's a fucking dickhead?
Yeah, it'd be like...
getting cooked vibes from her.
Hashtag what the fuck.
Oh.
You'll have to beep that out. I'm not allowed to say that word on the podcast.
We'll lose all our sponsorships, Joel, please. Fucking hell.
So anyway, that is my royal flushes. I watched the new season. They're saying that this new season was really low budget. If you watch previous ones, it is different. It did seem rushed. And what's weird is there's no social media posts on the Circle Instagram account. Usually it's like a play-by-play as each episode comes out, like little snippets and whatever. Yeah. They posted one video, which is the trailer of like hyping it up, and that's it.
Interesting.
So then as each episode I was watching, I wanted to go on the Instagram and like look at the videos and read what everyone was saying. There's only one post. And everyone in the comments is like, where the fuck is the social media person? I'm like, let me fucking do it.
Yeah. And what I did see that they had like AI this year or something. There was an AI player.
They had, again, I don't know if it was fucking real. I don't know. It looked like a little Yui Boom speaker box, and it was a player in the game.
I reckon surely the producer's just typing. It's not actually like, it wasn't like an Alexa or anything.
Well, I've just got so many more questions about this show. Like when they go circle, write message, And it's like, then they
Nah,
start
someone's
talking.
sitting there, like a producer's sitting there typing it, surely.
But does it really come up for them on the screen in real time, or is that just edited in for us to watch later? I've got
Edited
so
in,
many
surely.
questions.
Yeah.
It needs to come to Australia
have
so
to
I can
go
go
on
on
it.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. We could go on as a team because sometimes there's two people.
Okay, yeah, so
And would
true.
we go in as us, or would we catfish as someone else? Like
I think we'd have to catfish as someone else, like just like as we'll
who
just
would
find...
you catfish as, like the type of person? Who do you think?
I think it would have to be a girl.
Yeah.
Because you're a girl and I'm gay, so we can't pretend to be a straight man. Why would you want to? And I think like if anyone on the circle knew us, like imagine a scroller was in the circle with us,
we'd
they'd
have
be
to
like, they're not
catfish.
going to be here, and we'd be, because the whole thing is if they think you're a catfish, they block you, don't they? And then you're eliminated.
Yeah, everyone votes for like who's going to be the most popular, and then
Yeah.
whoever gets the most popular becomes the influencer. Then they get to pick who gets blocked.
Yeah. And I think some of them just try a little too hard. Like, I
Yeah.
think boring is the way to go. Like, hey, what do
I
you
can
do?
play it safe
Say
in the
some-
middle.
You know, boring job. I don't want to say a boring job. Doesn't get every time I say something on this podcast, I offend someone. But, you know, we come up with a boring job. We come up with a boring life plan. You know, no, I live with my cat and no, I don't have any friends and blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? I did
Yeah.
the circle to make some friends. Like, I think boring is the way to go.
So you'd go in as a boring girl.
I've always been like a fly under the radar kind of person. If I was to go on a reality show like Survivor, I'm flying under the radar. I've got no idea how to start a fire, guys. I got no idea, you know. But realistically, I've got all the skills in the world. Big Brother, I'm flying under the radar while I'm saboing everyone behind their backs. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
no, babe, you're my bestie. Voting for her to get eliminated. You know?
Would you ever go on Big Brother?
Yeah, for sure,
Have
but
you
not the
applied?
new one.
No, you wouldn't go on the new one.
Nah, because it's all about strength. Hello.
Yeah, what the fuck is with that?
I hate that. The OG Big Brother, I would have done that in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I would have loved that because, oh, God, imagine Australia would have fallen in love with me, really. But now, you know, having to hold onto a bar for 40 minutes,
No,
no
what's with
thanks.
that?
No amount of money is worth that. Well, this week was a weird one for me. Obviously, as we said, I had my live show. So I literally have not actually been on the internet all week. And for over a week, like I've been obviously on my Instagram stories promoting my shows, but I have not kept up with a single thing going on. Too much focus on my live shows. And even the couple days before, all I was doing was rehearsing all day. So pretty much since we last recorded, I have had no idea what's going on, doll. So I don't really have a royal flush. I did actually see a funny TikTok this morning while I was waiting for you to show up because you were a few minutes late this week.
Oh, come
That's
on.
a first.
Come on.
And I don't know whether this will even make sense on a podcast because like it's quite visual, but basically there was this video and I'm going to play you the video for you because there's been a lot of what's the word? Discourse. There's been a lot of discourse on the internet this past couple of weeks about, you know, men in general, but also man versus bear.
Oh, yeah.
And like, you know, who would you rather be trapped in the woods with, a man or a bear? And who would you rather leave your daughter with in the forest, a bear or a man,
Yeah.
a straight man? And so, everyone's saying they'd leave them with the bear. Anyway, the point is, I saw this funny video, which I hope this makes sense on the podcast, but whatever, of this video of a bear running at a group of photographers and they tell the bear no and they scream at the bear and the bear actually then runs away, and then someone has stitched this video and I actually audibly laughed out loud at her response to this video. So just keep in mind, the first little bit you'll hear is a video of a bear running at a group of photographers. They yell at the bear and say no, and the bear runs away. Then you've got someone stitching that video with a response. Listen to this.
Did you notice how the bear left when everyone said no instead of turning around and calling everyone a fat bitch?
I love smart people on the internet.
I love the internet.
So,
Things like
yeah,
that.
I know. That's why we got this podcast, because it's those things, those fun things that make us laugh, that Yeah, I literally laughed out loud at that. But I'm sorry that my royal flush isn't like this big hoo-ha like yours. I'm glad yours was a long one because this week I literally just have not been able to pick up my phone. And how crazy that like when I go on stage, I leave my phone backstage. Like,
So you've got like an hour without your phone.
right? Which, I mean, obviously I've got a lot more things to think about. But like, when was the last time I went an hour without my phone? I would not know, darling. My screen time will definitely be down this week. So we'll have to check at the end of this podcast. We'll do our screen time this week because we haven't done that in a while.
Right. Well, Matt, I saw something on Reddit last night.
This will be going somewhere good.
Yeah. And I thought we could kind of interpret this in our own way and have a fun little game.
Okay.
But the Reddit post, it was in the Australia, what are they even called on?
Subforum?
Threads?
Forum?
Forums? Who knows?
Yeah, I don't know.
Anyway, this is on Australia. And it says, people arriving in Hawaii get a lei.
Mm.
You know, the
flower necklace.
Yep.
Yeah.
If this tradition applied in Australia, what would your city or state or suburb give to visitors?
Okay, I love this.
For example, if they were landing in the Central Coast, what would they get on arrival?
Pelican itch?
What? What's that? What is that? What is a pelican
You don't know what
itch?
pelican itch is?
No.
Pelican itch is like when you go swimming in the same water that pelicans are in and your literally skin gets itchy and you get like a little disease for a couple days from the pelicans.
So people went to the Central Coast, if they flew in.
Well, I think people who go to the Central Coast end up with pelican itch anyway. But if you went to the Central Coast and I don't even know. This is so hard because I feel like there's nothing even iconic about the Central Coast. What, are you getting a necklace full of pokies? Like, you know, full of ashtrays and cigarette butts? Like,
A voucher for the pokies at the Doilo.
oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. What are you getting if you're on the Central Coast? Necklace full of blue bottles? Like, I don't know. That's a hard one. What if they're coming to Newcastle? What would they get on arrival?
A vape?
A vape? What else comes from, like, what's
A
Newcastle
vape and
known
a
for?
stamp for King Street Hotel.
But aren't there, like, blah.
Breweries? Yeah, maybe
Breweries?
like a stubby of VB
Yeah, okay.
on arrival.
Oh, so it doesn't have to be a necklace.
No!
I'm thinking it's got to be like a lei, like in Hawaii.
any item.
Okay, all right.
Necklace of blue bottles.
What is that? I'm thinking a necklace of blue bottles.
No, okay, start again.
Right, take it from the top then. Let's start again because I'm sorry, I've been
Okay.
confused. So here we go.
If they are landing in Tukli.
If they're landing in Tukli.
Yeah.
What's in Tukli? I don't even know if I've been to Tukli in the last 20
pick
years.
somewhere else. If they land in Parramatta.
Well, would they be given an eel? Like, a little slippery sucker of an eel? I don't know. Darling, I don't go to these suburbs. I'm so
yeah,
sorry.
yeah. Okay.
I don't have a passport. I don't go past Burwood, all right? I can't go over the bridge. I'm stuck in the eastern suburbs, love.
What about if they landed in the Gold Coast?
Oh,
I think an acai bowl.
okay, yeah, a matcha.
Yeah, and a matcha latte.
A surfboard, a schoolies lanyard, chlamydia.
I'll read you some of these examples then.
Yeah,
Some
okay.
people on Reddit have got some good ones. Someone said if someone landed in New South Wales, they just get given a fine straight off the bat.
No, that's good, yeah.
Or a $10 voucher that could only be spent on road tolls.
Yeah.
If they landed in the Gold Coast, they'd be given a spray tan and lip filler
Yeah,
on
okay.
arrival.
Just speaking of the Gold Coast, by the way, so I went in like October last year to the Gold Coast and I stayed in Surfers Paradise and sorry to anyone who lives in Surfers Paradise, but you'll probably hate me. But when I went to Surfers Paradise as a kid,
Oh, it was the best place in the world.
Oh my gosh, it was amazing. It was like Disneyland. Everything was so pristine, clean, fabulous. Oh my gosh, everything was amazing. Like I just felt like as a child being in Surfers Paradise, everything was sparkling to me. It was like landing in Oz. I was like Dorothy follow the yellow brick road. And I was like, it was amazing, right? And then obviously you got the theme parks and all the rest of that. It's very fun. I went in October. What the heck has happened to Surfers Paradise?
Well, I can't be 100% sure because I'm not from there, but I have a feeling that maybe it's always been that way, but when we were kids, everything is different.
Okay, fair enough. Because did I tell? I can't remember. I have kind of a memory of talking about it on the podcast before, but I was in my really heavy in my walking era, so I was walking up and down the beach, the whole time, and the people I saw, like as in one night, I actually went out for dinner with my friend to TGI Fridays, which I had never been to before, and I loved it. I had the best time at TGI Fridays.
Really?
I posted on my story, I'm going, this is amazing! And then people were messaging me going, this is like...
Ew.
Hog's breath. It's like, this is like the last place we go in Surfers Paradise. Like, there's so many more nicer places. I thought it was this fabulous, experience. It was great. The service was great. The food was delicious. And I raved about it.
Deep fried food, well done steaks.
Delicious. And so I went out for dinner with a friend there and we walked back to my hotel. And as me and her were walking along the boardwalk, I saw a lady with a baby strapped to her chest smoking a cigarette. I'm like, what world am I in? Where am I? And that's when it hit me and I looked around and went, oh my gosh, there's rubbish all over the ground. There's drunk people everywhere. I'm like, as a child, I thought it was like Hollywood,
So did I. Maybe it was a bit better back then. Maybe any of you scrollers that live in the Gold Coast
maybe
or you're from there,
us.
let us know. Did it used to be better? Because I feel like maybe it has gone down over the years, but I feel like it's such a missed potential to be really cool because it is such a cool spot and great weather, but it's really fucking shit.
and the Gold Coast is fabulous. I'm just talking about that specific
Surfers
Cavill
Paradise.
Avenue area of Surfers Paradise is really what I'm honing in on because there's fabulous places all up the Gold Coast, but Surfers Paradise and that actual Cavill Avenue where all the nightclubs are, and it felt very it felt very, I don't know what the word is.
Darrow.
Yeah, it felt like I was in another country. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I remember when I went to Surfers Paradise when we were kids, again, best place ever, and in the Chevron Renaissance.
Yeah, that's where we'd stay too, yeah. Tower 3 or Tower 2, whatever it was.
They have that place there. Is it called Infinity?
Yes.
Is it Infinity?
I
It's like a
think
mirror
so.
maze
Yeah.
thing. You pay and you put the little socks on and the gloves and then you go through and it's all like light things and whatever. And I remember being so fucking excited to be in there. I was with my stepmom, my stepbrother and my stepsister and my sister. And we were so excited that we ran through the whole course. Because, there's all different rooms that you go in. One's a strobe room, one's like a fake bridge and whatever. We ran through the whole thing. We were out the other end in 5 seconds. And then the guy's like, oh, well, that's it. And we were like, no, because we didn't even get to enjoy it because we were just so excited going from one room to another that we just ran through the whole thing and then we couldn't go back in. Oh. So there's a little life hack for any of you if you're taking the kids to Infinity.
If you're going to go to Infinity, really make sure you take it nice and
slow.
Enjoy
every moment because we ran through that thing as quick as we could because we were just so excited.
That's a metaphor for life, isn't it?
Yeah,
just slow
down
and each room you go in, just enjoy it.
For what it is.
And
soak it in.
Don't be so keen to get to the next room because you don't know what you'll miss out in the one you're in.
Exactly right, people.
But also, the time zone up there. Did you ever go to the time zone and play the putt-putt golf?
Oh, I just couldn't get off the massive chocolate machine. The one that goes all the way around.
Oh.
There's 10 chairs all the way around. It's like a big circle conveyor belt chocolate machine.
Nah.
Catch me on that for hours.
Well, see, I was too obsessed with the putt-putt because putt-putt, you'd put it in the hole and then remember to go over the big Ferris wheel conveyor belt. Conveyor belt and go up around the roof. It had all the different art. It was so exciting.
Nah, I was all about the dance machine and the chocolate machine.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, I was, okay, yeah. See, I think as a child, I worked out very quickly that there was no point trying to get tickets and things because all you were going to go away with was this fucking killer python. After spending $100, I think as a child, I was like, I just want to play the putt-putt because I'm going to enjoy myself while playing.
Yeah.
Whereas I don't want to focus on the tickets because, I'll only get a whiz fizz when I leave. So wasn't interested
and a
in
bouncy ball.
Yeah. Anyway, so off track. What were we saying about this Reddit thread?
Oh, yeah. Let me read a couple more. Guess where this location is. When someone lands, they get a flat white and a Kathmandu puffer jacket.
Melbourne?
Yep.
Yep. Maybe that's actually a better way to do it. Let me guess where.
Okay. Ugg boots for daily wear.
Ooh.
You probably won't guess it.
Is it in New South Wales?
No.
Is it in Adelaide?
No.
Is it in...
It's Geelong.
Oh, okay. Well, thanks for ruining the game.
Yep.
Geelong. I don't think I've ever been to Geelong.
Neither. A jacked up Hilux and a green P plate.
Ooh. We're going New South Wales? Yeah. Jacked up Hilux and a green P plate. I mean, I could say Central Coast, but I doubt it's that.
Close.
Oh, close. Not Newcastle?
Yeah.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Do you see a lot of jacked up Hiluxes up there?
No, and you know what? I actually have a bit of a conspiracy theory.
Mm.
I don't see P plates around that much anymore.
Wait, now that you say that, me either.
And I don't get it because I swear, is it one of those things where if you're not paying attention to it, you don't see it? Whereas when I had my Ps, P-platers were fucking everywhere. But is that one of those, what's that thing where if you're thinking of something, you're going to see it everywhere? Like if you think of yellow cars, you're going to see yellow cars everywhere.
Yeah.
But there's no fucking P-platers on the road these days. And it makes me think, is wearing P-plates on your car now considered not cool and maybe the P-platers are just not putting them on?
But also cost of living. Can young people afford a car?
And
Maybe they're all doing public transport.
The other conspiracy I have is, did New South Wales, get rid of all the yellow number plates?
Oh, I've got no idea. Probably.
Remember when, the standard colours were the yellow with the black writing? I haven't seen that for ages either.
You know what gets me I think is so funny is when I'm driving on the freeway, 110 is the speed limit. I'm doing 110 and a red P-plater overtakes me.
I know.
I'm going, are you kidding me? As a P-plater, I was doing, I think the limit was maybe 90 or something at the time. I never went over 85. I was shitting myself. And they had all those rules. And I don't know if the rules still stand. Remember that rule that was once it's 11 p.m, red P-platers have a curfew and you're only allowed one other person in the car?
Over 25. It used to be.
Is that still a
Surely,
thing, I wonder?
reckon.
Because I remember that used to stuff us up as we were growing up. I was it was 10:58 and we would be literally fanging it to get home so that we could drop off someone because if you were caught with more than one person in your car, it was big trouble. And, when I was doing lifts for cash back in the day, as I did, little businesswoman I was, I could only do lifts until 11 and then it was only one person after 11.
And it was over 21 or over 25, wasn't it? I feel
No,
like that
I
person
don't
had
think
to be on their
so.
full licence, I swear.
Nah, not at my time, but they might have changed it or might have had that. But yeah.
Because my time was so far before yours.
So true. No, but I got my license quite late. I didn't get my L's until I think I was 19.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah, because... No, that's not true. I didn't get my P's until I was 19, my red P's. I got my L's when I was 16 or 17, but I was just not a driver.
See, I was that kid that I could not wait, counted down the day.
Right.
Got my L's on my birthday and got the P's as soon as I could as well.
See, my friend, I was in October, so my birthday is quite late in the year. So all my friends who turned 18 or 17 in, January, February, well, they were driving me to school and back every day.
Yeah,
I thought, well, I don't need to drive, doll. I got all these chauffeurs.
See, I was young for my year, so everyone in my year got them the year before me, which sucked.
Right.
But then I dropped out anyway.
Yeah, nice. So stuff it.
So I never got to drive to school.
Neither did I, but I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I'm fine.
What the fuck? I dropped out of school when I was 16.
That is crazy to me.
Yeah. I didn't even have my P's yet. Didn't get to drive myself to school.
And do you remember it being a big deal? Because I remember one of our friends dropped out at 16, which was year 10. Mm-hmm. And we were all going to year 11 and 12 at a different school because our school only went to year 10. And I remember she dropped out to become a full-time manager at McDonald's. And all of us were like, what the heck? You're throwing your life away. You can't leave school. This is crazy.
Well, I don't think it was a big deal for me.
Whereas now I'm like, if you want to drop out because there are 100 other avenues. I feel like when I was in high school, if you weren't going to university, they drilled into your head. If you don't get a high score in your year 12 exams and go to university, you will die.
World.
They were like, you will not survive in this world. And then now I think about all those people who dropped out, then went and got, trades or apprenticeships or whatever. Everyone's fine. You know what I mean?
100%. I think my school was very much like that. I remember going and doing your careers advisor meetings and stuff, and it was always like, what do you want to do? What uni course are you going to do? At one stage, our careers advisor was trying to make me join the army. So then I went.
Which is not funny to join the army, but it's just funny that you would be in the army, you know?
Well, because I didn't know what I wanted to do. And this is like in year 10 or whatever, or 9 or 10, when they start making you think about your career, as if you fucking know at that age what you want to do.
Did you have to go to a careers expo?
Yes, but I went to the army one.
Right.
So I went to an army day at the fucking... I was going to say at the RSPCA, the PCYC. And I went and I spoke with all the fucking people in the army, got all the brochures. Like, I was fucking considering it at one point and was looking into it so I could drop out and join the fucking army.
Imagine where you'd be today if you joined the army. Wow.
Oh, no. Well, then...
Isn't it funny how that one decision in life can decide what changes everything?
Then, because I was doing like a TAFE... I don't know if I've told this story on the pod. You'll have to let me know. I don't think I have. Have I told you about my work experience at the Army Reserves?
No. No.
Okay, actually, you know what, Matt? I feel like this is a really good story, so I'm going to save it for close friends this week.
Okay, great.
I'm going to tell you about my work experience at the Army Reserves in Adamstown in Newcastle.
Good.
Hopefully none of them are listening.
Oh, gosh. All right. I can't wait. We'll talk all about jobs and
let's talk
careers
about all
and
the places we've worked.
Yes. Oh,
All
spill
right.
some tea. All right. I've got some good ones.
Do ya?
Good. Close friends coming to you on Friday.
Well, I feel like we should wrap it up there because now I'm really excited to talk about that.
Okay, fair enough.
We've already spoken enough.
Was there anything else? I feel like we spoke about the Reddit thread for maybe 40 seconds. We went on so many tangents
Well, anyway,
today.
it was a good post.
It was a good post.
Come to Newcastle and we'll give you a jacked up Hilux and a green pea plate.
Yeah, right. Come to the sunny coast. We'll give you some pelican itch.
Well, that's another episode done and dusted. Matt, are we going to finish with our screen time? I
Yes,
we haven't done it for a
I
little
said
while.
earlier we've got to check the screen time because, honey, I know we are all about embracing the screen time here and not feeling guilty, but this week I feel really good because
you're going to put me to shame.
I can guarantee I don't think anyone who listens to this podcast will be able to beat this screen time. And if you can, please DM me because, I don't know, I'll give you a prize of some sort. Probably a free Fate top or something. But what is your screen time for the week?
10 hours, 29 minutes.
Nice. What do you reckon mine is?
1 hour, 40 minutes.
Oh, no, it's not that low.
Oh.
I had to play all my games, my mindless games backstage before the show.
What is it then?
I'm playing all my Wadoku and Block Jam and Travel Town, and you got to get in the zone, calm down a bit, you know.
Yeah.
4 hours and 18 minutes.
That's impressive, but mine's better.
Yeah. So I'm quite happy with that. It's fun, isn't it?
Yeah,
But anyway,
well done.
thanks for listening to this week's episode of the podcast, Scrollers. We bloody love ya. Rate us 5 stars, review us, all the rest of us. Don't forget, we answer your questions on our Close Friends episode. So email us, scrollers@novapodcast.com.au. That'll be down below for you. And of course, last reminder to get tickets to my live shows around the country. They just went on sale today. Hopefully one day we can do a High Scrollers live show around the country. And I can bring Brittney with me, but you'll just have to put up with me and my political incorrectness, Del. Apart from that, anything else you want to say, Brittney?
Nah, stay tuned for this week's Close Friends, where we talk about our job history and my time in the army.
Anyway, Jal, I better let you go. I've got to go catfish on the circle. # gotta go. # good vibes only. # live, laugh, love.